Let us check how this question can be solved using an elimination technique, that is basically using a common sense. In this question, which the question is, which of the following statement correctly explains the impact of Industrial Revolution on India during the first half of the 19th century? Option A, Indian handicrafts were growing. Option B, machines were introduced in Indian textile industry in large number. Option C, railway lines were laid in many parts of the country. Option D, heavy duties were imposed on the import of British manufacturers. So, the stress has to be given here. It is the first half of 19th century. First half of 19th century mean 1800s to 1850s. So, during this time, it was the British were keeping their placing their foot firmly on India, and at their tenure, it was their basic thing to make huge profits by utilizing India. So in this sense, for anything to happen in the world or anything to increase their profit, what they have to do is anything which is present in India has to be destroyed. In that sense, Indian handicrafts were destroyed. So the first option is correct. So it is one logic of guessing the answer, and the next logic is we have to eliminate other options and reach to the answer. Here the second option is machines were introduced in Indian textile industry in large numbers. So when we consider the situation, India were having a high hold on textile industries during that time, and to increase their profit by the result of Industrial Revolution, British has to stop or ruin the textile industry here. So second B, the option is introducing heavy industries or heavy machineries in India for greater manufacturing is a wrong statement. So option B is wrong. Then second one, the option D, heavy duties were imposed on import of British manufacturers. What will happen then? When they keep heavy duties on British manufacturers, their cost will increase here. So people will buy less. So their profit will reduce. So they will basically lower their duties for their increased profit. So option D can also be eliminated, which is wrong. Then railway lines were laid in many parts of the country. It's a true statement, but we have to remember that it was in 1853 Thane to Mumbai lines were made working. So option C can also be eliminated. So again you can come to the answer A as the conclusion. Now there is a very simple method. See, when you consider these four statements, like machines were introduced in Indian textile industry in large numbers. So from Indian development perspective, it has to be looked like this is a positive statement. If this had happened, it could have increased the development in India. And so wise option C, if the railway lines were laid, it will become a capital expenditure, so it will create development. So option C also will be in positive one, which is development oriented in India. And this statement, increasing heavy duties on British manufacturers or imports of British manufacturers, will increase India. They'll have more income. So this is what we are doing to Chinese goods, like we are imposing duty for their dumping. So these three statements is positive in Indian sense. And option A, which is negative, it has ruined an industry here. So this is negative. So by comparing, or we are taking the odd man out, option A again will be the answer. So in three methods, what we can do, we can come to a conclusion that option A is the correct answer. So if we are getting an answer in more than one logic, that answer will probably 98% or above, it will be the correct answer.